The only reality show in Philadelphia and in Eagle Land that tells the truth. Big Silz. No, Big Silz. Truth, justice in the Big Silz way. Holy mud on to me. I mean it, man. Look, I'm going to tell you something here. You know, I was really going to come in here and try to give you guys some love here because I've actually kind of liked what I'm seeing the first couple days. By the way, that ESP guy, the only word that I could use for Jalen Hurts was perfection. Oh, my God. Perfection. Hey, the greatest 2 days in shorts in the history of the Eagles. Now you get a chance to proclaim yourself as the first 2-day champions. Oh, by the way, we got some awful news, too, about Jeremiah Trotter. Last play in practice, it looks like he may have pulled his hamstring. I don't know what's up with these hamstrings. So, I mean, you know, I have no idea with these. I have no idea with these hamstrings what's going on here. Hopefully it wasn't a knee. Cramps, no hamstring. Thank God. Good. Cramps. Hey, Jeremiah, Midol takes care of them for what my wife tells me. Cramps. This guy's first day of practice. First day of practice, he's got menstrual cramps. Come on, dog. This is football, dog. Hydrate yourself. I hear that. Cramps. Part of camp. Yeah, you're throwing your goods up and you're cramping your first day. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you one thing, what's being reported and what people are telling me is that Jalen Hurts looks faster and he looks healthier so far running around out there than he did a year ago. Now, I don't know what that means. Is he more confident? Okay. You know, he's going around the drills. You know, Big Silz has got a little bit of intel, and he's got a couple spies out there at NovaCare. And they're telling me that Hurts looks healthier. So maybe to you guys' point, you've been telling me that Hurts was hurt all last year. Could it be something that's true? Maybe. Maybe it was something last year that ended up hurting the guy. Maybe his knee was banged up after that New England game because they're saying he looks faster. Okay? Saying he looks faster, so that's a good thing. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. We are going to go into and Big Silz's takeaways from Vic Fangio. And also, today, we are going to do the 2024 NFL bold predictions. We did the Eagle ones yesterday. We will do the 2024 NFL bold predictions. A lot of things going on out there. I'll tell you something else, too. There's no question that they're trying to implement Saquon Barkley into that offense. There's no doubt that they're working him in there, man. And he is going to be an integral part of that. Okay? Jarrell says, Big Silz, didn't you say Cam Jurgens will be a Pro Bowler this year? I sure did. Absolutely did. No question. Silz, I saw your tweet about what's happening in Philly. Hey, man, you see what's up with that? Hey, guess what, guys? I'm going to be, Aunt Betty, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a little disgusting here. Did they graffiti this, the Liberty Bell? What the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Was that the Liberty Bell that they fucking graffitied? Dude, I tell you what, if I saw somebody doing that to that thing that represents freedom in our country, I'd kick the fucking shit out of you. I'd break glass and bring out old Big Silz. If I saw somebody doing something like that or burning a flag, I'd kick your fucking ass. Up and down 95. Don't ever do shit like that in front of me. I will work you. And I will break the glass of old Silz. Man, I'm more of a pacifist today. I'm not really Angry Dan anymore, but I could bring that guy out at any moment. And I'll tell you what, it's a whole bunch of bad. And I don't like that guy anymore. What's wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? Do that to the Liberty Bell? There you go, Xander. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to issue an award now. This is the award for the first 2 days of practice for your Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations. You got the Barty Trophy. It's not the Lombardi Trophy. It's called the Barty Trophy. It's kind of half. Here's the Barty Trophy. Congratulations. Just, here. You guys get it going on. A Perfect Day, A, by Elliot Spitzer Shore Parks. That dude doesn't know dick about football. If he had a book 101 on the starter's guide to football, he wouldn't know what football looked like in front of him. Josh Allen, MVP. Actually, I got someone different. Okay? You can't fight, Silz. Calm down. Hey, Cal. Big Silz owned a heavyweight champion of the world belt for about 20 years. Never taken off my waist. About 168, no. No, man, that belt, I retired that belt. Said, I'm going to put that over here. My grandparents get me out of too much trouble. So let me just put the belt over here. And I had to retire that. You stupid with the bad news Bears trophy. Hey, Pauly Shore Parks. What a dick. Dan Sileo, did you hear Vicky seems like a hardcore? We're going to talk about it here in 2 seconds. Arnold. Silz, I got TJ Watt winning Defensive Player of the Year. All right, Kyle, we're going to do all that here in a minute. So I got to get to Vic. I hate to do this to you guys. And John McMullen loves this guy. He loves this guy. What's you guys' take on what Bryce Huff's going to be this year? What is your take on Bryce Huff this year? Everything I said, Vic Fangio said it at a press conference. Everything I told you, he said. Bruce says 4 sacks. Darrell says, I think we need to pick up another DE. A no-show, Silz. Ain't expecting much. 8 sacks, 6 sacks. Come on, guys. How many sacks you think Hassan? Oh, excuse me. That's right. I forgot. He's been now placed on the non-report list for the Jets. Yeah, that's working out well for Joe Douglas. How many sacks for Bryce Huff? He got a sack today. No way. Eduardo, he got a sack in shorts. Wow. Here, let me write that down. Sack in the preseason. Way to go. 13. Okay? Big Pickens right. Look at Arnold, 10. I hope Jalen Hunt shocks the world at this point. Who? Ethan Hunt? Won't matter if he can't contain the run game. Look at Jarrell. All right. Here's Vic Fangio's. Big Pickens got 10. Hey, Swag. Look at Swaggy, man. Swaggy's got 11. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Twiz? Twiz, where are you, dog? How many sacks for Bryce Huff this year? Silz, if he's replacing Reddick, I need 12 sacks. Cal, how many sacks? 9 for Eagle Rag. Come on now. Let's hear it. I'd like to hear Xander how many sacks he thinks. So yesterday you clowned for me, stating facts about Cam Jurgen, and Kelsey said he was a faster version of him. Bro, I don't give a fuck how he runs a 40-yard dash. I'm saying he's not quicker than him. You don't have to be fast. That's nothing to do with being fast. I'm talking about being quicker. I want my center quick. I don't need him to be a 40-yard dash guy. 40-yard dash? Do you know this? Get this, what Prince just said. Do you know the only time you run a 40-yard dash is? You want to hear something stupid that Prince just said? The only time you'll run a 40 is at the combines. You'll never run a 40 again. What's a 40 got to do with anything? Nothing. Any news about Carter and I'm going to get to that. He's the key on D. Silz, what's your thoughts on Sonny Amasi? Vid, sad bro, go Birds. Let's see here. It's all good. You're Jordan Davis of content. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I know this. Prince is here every day, 4 hours. How you doing? Prince sits here and rips the content, and he's here for 4 hours every day. That's why I love him. How you doing? Okay. So here's the yeah, I know. Hey, Prince, I've been lazy for 38 years of broadcasting. I know. I'm the laziest guy on the planet. A guy, get this, a lazy bitch, he says. Guy who stands for 4 hours, never takes a day off, and has been doing it for 38 years. How you doing? I'll show you lazy, homie. Big Sills don't take days off. How you doing? I'm in a good mood. You know why? Here's a reality conversation for you guys with your so-called prized free agent signing. Here's Vic Fangio's own words. He was really only put on rush downs. He has the talent, we believe, to be a 3-down D lineman. You're not sure he is? And you're paying that guy $18 million. He's a work in progress. What? Wait a minute. You gave a guy $18 million and he's a fucking work in progress? Here's the best one. Do we think he can play the run? We think he's got the talent, but right now, no. Go back and listen. Vic Fangio is telling you this guy's not ready to be a 3-down lineman yet. He might be. That's your answer to Hassan Reddick? He's a guy you don't have any assurances on that he can't play the run right now? Congratulations to you, John McMullen. You got the defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles telling you he can't play the run. And I agree with you, underdog. Vic Fangio tells it like it is, not what it ain't. He's Big Silz. He's telling you that player is not a 3-down D lineman. And you almost spent $20 million on him. Get this. No. Real goes Huff will be fine. The fucking coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles defense is telling you right now that guy can't play the run. And you don't think that's an issue going into camp. I've been telling you that the whole time. He's not a 3-down lineman. He never has been. I tried bringing that shit up the other day with you with 480 snaps. Now you're going to be asking him to play 850 snaps. Never happened. Never happened. That guy will get 5 sacks this year. You know why? Because it's going to take its toll when they start running at him. Hey, man, when you come off the sidelines and you ain't got to worry about anybody rolling downhill on you, and you're put in third down situations and you're behind, nobody's running the ball at you. Those 10 sacks last year and that kill rate they had was on a 4-fucking-win team or 7-win team, whatever it was. Get this. Spike says I'm delusional. What Vic Fangio said. Vic Fangio did a press conference on WIP, and these are the exact words. He was never put in a run situation in New York. Okay? We believe he has the talent, but he's a work in progress. If you're asking me, can he play the run now? No. That's not delusional. That's your defensive coordinator telling you out of his own mouth. That's your answer to Reddick? Woo! Man, is that a problem? I'm telling you right now, I am more impressed with Vic Fangio every day. Because that dude's going to play the best available players. He's going to get guys out there that are going to play for him. No matter how much money Howie paid for him. I'd rather Vic be honest than lie to our faces. Amen, Nick. Amen. By the way, you know what also that sends? Here's something else too. Remember something, Nick? When you send a message like that, you're telling people behind him, you got a chance to play. Vic Fangio gives everybody a chance to play, whether you're a first or seventh rounder. Those are great coaches to play for. It's like playing for Belichick. They don't give a shit what round you're picked. They care you're on the roster. That is a fabulous coach to play for. The more and more I hear Vic Fangio talk, the more and more comfortable I am with him being your coordinator. Totally more comfortable with him. Holy cow. This guy's telling you Reddick. This guy's telling you that Bryce Huff ain't ready to be a 3-down lineman. Howie Roseman paid. Hey, can you imagine that you're Howie Roseman and you hear Vic Fangio sitting at a press conference? Xander, do me a favor, Xander. Go to the website on IP, play that back, and then you tell me if I heard that wrong also on what he said. Your number one prized guy that you paid all that money to is a guy Fangio says he's not sure. Most notably, right now, he can't play the run. He can't play the run. Okay. That's your starting end? You can't set the edge? I'm going to run right at that guy. Every time I see Bryce Huff line up and first and second down, I'm running the ball right at that guy because he's not a skilled player to play the run. You need another body. Howie let the roster down. Hey, you can have a guy like Huff. If you have a guy like Max Crosby on the other side, you can get away with that by putting that guy on the weak side. You can't get away with that if you got Nolan Smith on the other side. And if you're counting on Josh Sweat to be the guy on the other side, which they are right now, who's his backup? Is he playing another 900 plays? So you got Josh Sweat in the same position that he did a year ago, playing about 900 plus snaps. Jesus Christ, you have not upgraded anything. You downgraded. Hassan Reddick. Xander goes, Silz, Reddick wasn't great. No, he wasn't. But he was efficient enough. You didn't upgrade that position. You did not upgrade it. You downgraded it. Either that or Vic Fangio is really a hardcore guy, man. Dude, I'm telling you, the more I hear him talk, the more I love him. The more I love him, man. Get this one. Here's the other one on Fangio. Okay? Here's the other one. When they asked him about Bradberry making the move to safety, this was his take. This is Vic Fangio's take on James Bradberry taking snaps at safety. Silz, I loved it. It shows Vic actually has weight around the building. Damn near brought tears to my eyes. Excitement. Dude, see, Marshall, I took that like you did as a good thing. You know, the Howie, you know, once again, everyone telling me how fucking good Howie Roseman is with personnel and shit. All right, yeah. Now you got a coordinator telling me that this guy can't play the run, and we're not sure he can. And as of today, he can't. And he's not a 3-down lineman. Hey, wait a minute. Howie's got a projection and gave that guy all the dough. Everybody's blowing Howie Roseman in Philly about being a personnel guy. Fangio just told you the guy can't play the run. Who do you believe? Howie? Or do you believe Fangio, who's been a coordinator for 45 years in the league? Give me a break. The greatness of Howie. Holy cow. Yeah, he can't play the run. I almost fell off my chair. $18 million you gave that guy. And he can't play the run. Okay, hey, listen to this one. Here's the one on Bradberry. This is even freaking more classic. Hey, Vic, what about James Bradberry playing safety? Yeah, he's going to get reps there. But to sit there and say that people have made the transition from corner to safety, they've been very limited. There's been only about 3 or 4 guys that have ever really made that transition. And there's no question. And he goes, well, any kind of success. So the chances of that, he's got ability. He wants to try to do it. He's still going to get reps at corner. All in the same breath, he's going, the chances of this guy playing safety are none. They're none. Oh, so he tells you that Reddick, okay, I keep saying Reddick. So he tells you Huff can't play the run. Now he tells you Bradberry has no chance in hell of playing safety in the NFL because that transition, there's only been about 4 guys ever make that transition. This is Vic Fangio on day 2 of practice in training camp. What? Hey, man, pinch me because there's a coach in the building in Philly. This is the best coach that you have had outside of Jeff Stoutland in that building since Doug Peterson. He's the best defensive coach you've had since Jim Schwartz. Hey, Huff can't play the run, and Bradberry's chances of playing safety in the NFL are none. And you're paying one guy 18 and the other guy 12. Hey, Howie, how you doing? There's $30 million. Yeah, keep throwing the flowers at Howie with those great deals. You got a $12 million corner who can't make that. He goes, he's not going to make it at safety. And the other guy can't play the run. $30 million and 2 guys he's killing. On his first press conference to the Philly media. I love this guy. Then when he started talking about the donut roller, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, this was even more classic. He goes, what'd you make of them? Well, we didn't get a really chance to see anybody, but they moved around. They were all right. I mean, yeah. He goes, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they looked okay. We'll get more into the camps and we'll see what's going on. This guy is absolutely fantastic. Dude, I love this guy. I am not going to lie. I love Vic Fangio. I am a proponent of this guy. I don't give a shit what it is. The one thing you're going to get from him is honesty. He is an honest coach. I can go to battle with that. Fangio speaks the truth, but more importantly, can he solve and scheme around talent gaps? If not, then it's just CYA excuses. Hold on. Remember what he said when asked the question when he was at the golf course? Hey, Vic, you think your scheme's going to improve the defense? He goes, schemes don't improve the defense. Players do. This is a Howie thing. This ain't a Vic Fangio thing. This is a Howie deal. Howie doesn't have the proper edge rushers, or he doesn't have the proper depth in your defensive tackle position, which you need another guy. You don't have the proper depth at linebacker or experience at safety. That's a Howie issue. You can't scheme around shitty players. You cannot scheme around shitty players. Last year, you had shitty schemes, but great players, especially on the offensive side. You guys keep telling me Brian Johnson blew. Well, he had the 8th ranked offense, and he averaged 26 points a game. Well, okay, Kellen, you got to be in the top 3 then, right? If he's that much of an improvement. And he knows what needs to be addressed and isn't effing scared to tell anybody and everybody what he wants and where at. No question about it, Tony. Tony, you've got a coach on that side of the football that's telling you this guy Huff can't play to run. I got a problem with it. We're going to work with him. They're paying him. We're going to work with him. But I'll promise you this. That guy gets in a football game against the Packers and he gets run over. Fangio's pulling that guy. And this is where Xander's right. Then there's going to be a call on Monday. Why aren't you playing him? Because he sucks. I'm not playing a guy on my defense that can't set the edge. That's not going to happen. Teams are going to scheme. Teams right now are scheming him. Here's what you attack on the Eagle defense. You attack the old man corners or the young corner. You clearly go after them linebackers. And you go right at Huff. I happen to think Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are going to be strong early on in the season. So I'm not going to test the middle. I'm going to test the perimeter. That guy Sweat played 900 snaps last year. 890, whatever it was. This guy played 900 snaps. And the other guys never played on, in any way, according to Vic, first and second down snaps. Vic Fangio today told you the guy can't play 3 downs. That he's not skilled as a 3-down lineman yet. I mean, it's one thing to draft a kid like Jalix Hunt and say that too. It's another thing to pay a guy $18 million and your coordinators. The first full day of interviews for him says this guy can't play the run. That's not comforting. And they're not even in gear yet. We said the same thing about Reddick was a starter. Reddick was a starter. Get this. Prince is trying to compare Hassan Reddick to a guy who did 1 year as a backup. You're comparing Reddick to a backup. Silz, was there any concern on WIP after those statements or excuses for Howie? No. They're not going to make any. No. I mean, imagine that. What do you mean today isn't? Hey, look at Twiz. Today isn't tomorrow. I'm hoping he gets better. You paid $18 million for hope? Like a hope chest. Right? Hey, when I put my $5 under my pillow, I hope the tooth fairy comes. Yeah. Let me get to the Carter stuff. So what they say about Carter, he's like, yeah, no, Carter and Davis, I mean, yeah, so I'm running around. It's all good, I don't know. We'll see. Put the pads on. Silz, are you hearing about edge rushers that may be on the chopping block? I told you, man, you got to keep an eye on that Joey Bosa stuff going on out there. Get this. Lou says this. Lou did. Hey, Kyle. Lou gets it wrong here. I think it's great that you have a coordinator that tells the truth. And this guy says negative. I'm telling you, the more and more I hear Vic Fangio talk, the more I love it. And he thinks that's negative. This fucker will highlight negative consistently. Well, wait a minute. Look at what I got to put this up here. Look at what Prince just said. So Prince doesn't think it's an issue when the defensive. Let me ask you something, guys. Twiz and all you fucking idiots. Let me ask you something. Do you think it's a problem when your defensive coordinator, when you're only in helmets and shorts, comes out and says, he's never been a 3-down lineman. We think he has the talent, but he's a work in progress. And if you're asking me right now if he could play the run, well, obviously that's a no. You don't think that's a problem? When you're coordinating, that's not my opinion. That's the defensive coordinator's opinion. Whose opinion do you value more? Mine or the coordinator who just said it? Hey, by the way, I never fucking do this. I implore you to look at that sound clip that he's sitting there that the Eagles had that WIP put out there. I implore you to read that and listen to it. Prince doesn't think it's a problem that the defensive coordinator doesn't think he can play a 3 downs and he can't play the run. He doesn't think that's a problem. No. I'm never going to ban Prince. Prince is valued here. I don't care what he says. He only does is take the negative. Well, I don't know about you, but at my second day of practice, if my defensive coordinator was telling me that I couldn't play the run, I might have a problem with my coordinator. Hey, coach. Wow. No wonder Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey didn't like the guy. Because if that guy was doing that shit to those guys and saying that shit publicly, that's going to rub some people the wrong way. That's going to rub people the wrong way. You know why? Vic Fangio's a lot like Trump. You want me to tell you why? He tells you shit that's true. And he does it in a way you're not going to like. And he's not going to be candy coating it. You can't play to run. You're not a 3-down lineman. You've never been in a position to be a 3-down lineman. We think you can get there. You're a work in progress. And we're hoping you can get there. 18 million. Dan Sileo, do you think Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham will be the players to set the edge and stop the run? I got more faith in Brandon Graham stopping the run than Bryce Huff. Yes. But he's 36 years old, dude. You're going to be asking a lot. That, you know what? You're asking Brandon Graham to do something. And you know what? Brandon Graham is like a car that's got 300,000 miles on it. You never know when it's going to break down. Can he give you some spot play? Yes. Is he the ability to have a really good game? Absolutely. But he's also in a position now in his career where he could have 3 games. You know, a great game by Brandon Graham could result in 3 awful games. You need to maximize that guy's play for 17 weeks, not for the first 4 games. Tanya, once again, people that just absolutely don't want to hear. Whoever said I said Trump told the truth. I said the one thing that this guy says is the way he says it. Tanya, do me a favor, Tanya. Unlike some of the people that dislike him, maybe you should listen to me a little bit more clearer. I said this guy speaks to you the way you don't like to be spoken to, like an owner, like a coach. Because some of you like your ass kissed, reach arounds, all that bullshit. You don't get that in coaching in the NFL. How you doing? You might want to sit back and listen a little more. Fangio said it. He was honest about all the players he talked about this morning. He was not negative to all of them. Absolutely. Absolutely. My guy Milton Williams can set the edge, Silz. How you doing? Yeah. Yes. I think they're going to rely on him a lot, Marshall. Marshall, I think they're going to rely on him a lot. Jordan Davis says Vic has told him he wants to put more on his plate. Vic would like to have them out there for all 10 plays in a drive. That would be fantastic if you were able to do that. Silz, that's why we were shitty last year. The truth wasn't in the building. Amen. Dude, this is a good day. Personally, I think the Eagles have had 2 fabulous days. You had clearing of the table of the relationship with Nick Sirianni and Jalen yesterday, however you thought that looked. And today you got a coach telling you, here's where we are. Dude, you're telling me who we are on July 25th? That's fantastic. We're only 2 days into camp, like some of you said. Can things get better? I'll tell you this. They're going to work there, man. They are going to work with Vic Fangio. Okay? And let me, hey, Prince, repost what you just said. I think I like what you posted. Last year, everyone was walking on eggshell, Silz. Not this year. Yeah, you know why? Andreas, you got a coach that's going to go, you don't need to walk around on eggshells because I'm going to crack them every week. Here's what you are, dude. Here's guys. That's how you become a champion. You got a coach telling you exactly what the truth is. How is this negative? Hey, this guy here, now he's telling you flat out, if you don't see him, he said it would take time for him to grasp the concept. Commented that we had simply substituted the same problem with a younger individual. Okay. But I think Reddick's a better ball player. Reddick at least was a starter. Reddick destroyed football games. He's got that on his resume. That guy has nothing like that on his resume. Do you want to know something else? Do you know the year in 22 that Reddick had? He was first and third down hits to the quarterback, and you know what else he was? He was like first in cost fumbles and TFLs. He was a force. You finally got a coach that's going to tell you the way it is here. I got Huff getting 14 sacks. It never happened. That guy's a 7-sack guy. You know why? He's not just being asked to play third down, handsome. If you're asking him just to go in on third down, probably between 10 and 13 sacks. But they're asking him to play first and second down. You know why? They got no one else. They got no one else. There's your brilliance with who's behind Bryce Huff. Jason goes 12 sacks. How are you going to get 12 sacks when you got a guy that's got to go from 480 snaps to 800 snaps, and he's got to play something he's never played, and your coordinator's telling you right now he can't do it? And you don't find that to be an issue. Conditioning? How about never done it? This guy's a rookie. So you got Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff setting your edges. Is that right? No, you got Huff and Josh. Josh is a 3-down lineman. Hey, by the way, Josh Sweat's a better ball player than Bryce Huff. He's a better ball player. Can play 900 snaps. He's going to get me north of 6 sacks. He's going to set the edge, and he's dependable. Guys go like this. Well, he didn't show up the last 6 weeks. Who did on defense? With that crazy-ass scheme they had. Who showed up? And you had one guy play 900 snaps on the D-line. It was him. Why do you think he didn't have the numbers and no sacks went away? He's the only guy out there making plays. You think Bryce Huff's a better ball player than Josh Sweat? You're freaking high. I know Sweat can play the run. That's why Vic's got him in the starting lineup. How he's trying to get rid of him, Vic's starting him. What's that tell you? We're going to have a nice little Donnybrook between Vic Fangio. Hey, let me tell you something. You brought that good coach in. You brought that ball swinging coach in. Be prepared, because Howie might get teabagged in this thing. He just might. Because Nick is swinging it. Let me tell you something. When Vic Fangio walks into a team meeting, and he walks into a defensive meeting and a team meeting, this is all you hear. Yeah. The big fella's in the room. The big fella's in the room. Hey, sit down, kid. You ain't playing. And this is fantastic. This is something that organization has needed. You got a ball-twisting D coordinator who's not going to take shit from anybody. Hey, this guy can't play 3 downs. He's not ready yet. We'll see what happens. What about the 2 tackles? Well, they're running around out there, and it looked like they had a little bend in their waist. They looked, not as stiff as in the past. They looked, I don't know. We'll see. What about Bradberry? The chances of that guy making the transition to safety is none. He did that one nice, though, because he went, oh, yeah, no, we're playing them at safety, but, the transition from corner to safety never works out with success. It's only happened about 4 times in NFL history. So, you're like, wait a minute. So that means this guy has no shot to do it? Yeah, we're going to play him there, but he's also going to get reps at corner. You're like, did he just say that guy has no shot at playing safety in the NFL to any success? And you're like, hey, I'll tell you what, man. A lot of those players are going to go back to lunch today, And they're going to go back to bloody noses. You hear what he said about me? I can't play 3 downs. Fabulous. I cringed when Vic made the comment, not good. Hey, James, I did too. James, I'm listening. I go, let me listen to Vic Fangio here. I was like, me too. I cringe. Hungry dogs run faster, babe. Let's go. Hey, absolutely, man. Dude, guys, I am more confident now the best players are going to be on your defense. With comments like that, I know for a fact you're going to be better on defense. The problem's going to be Howie. It's not going to be Nick. Because Howie is going to want to know why his prize boys ain't playing. And Vic's going to go because he can't play the run. You should have asked me. Buddy, Ryan, back in spirit, disciple. Right. Hey, that's motivation. Anyone who takes that personal is not a football player. Right, too, Prince. But Prince, you know what it also does? If I'm on the second or third team, that means I can get playing time. It motivates your entire roster on defense. Well, shit, if I show up in camp, he's going to play the best guy. You motivate your entire roster, not your handpicked Howie guys. Where like you were given a job or entitled a job. Now you have to earn a job with him. This is fabulous. You guys are taking this wrong. We all knew, or no, at least I did, that Huff was exactly what I told you. And now Vic Fangio is telling you exactly who he is. He's a specialist. That's all he is. And the Eagles are going to try to turn him into a 3-down guy. That's going to take its toll on them sacks. Can Howie get Reddick back if the Jets cut him? Jets ain't cutting him. They put him on the reserve list, which means non-report, which means they don't have to pay him. And he's still getting fined. How you doing? They're not paying him, but fining him. Hey, Hong Kong Fooey better get his ass in camp. $15K a day. You better get your ass in camp, son. Robert Sala's going, I don't have to worry about him. He'll be ready. Hey, the Kung Fu Tiger better get in there, man. He better get in there. He wants to get that $20 to $25 million deal. Okay. He better get in there. Jackie Chan better get his ass in there. I love that talk. Dude, you can't get any better than this. You just can't. On Bradberry, I don't know. That doesn't really ever work out. Guy going from corner to safety. Whose idea was to put him in there? Howie's? Was that Howie's idea to play him at safety? See if he could try to. Guess what Vic did too? He lowered his trade value. Vic Fangio lowered Bradberry's trade value. Vic, what do you make of Bradberry playing safety? Yeah, he's going to get reps there. He's still going to get reps at corner. But the chances of him making that transition to safety never works out. Rarely does. Can only count 4 or 5 times it's ever worked out. But then he kind of success. He just lowered the value of the guy because you're trying to snow job somebody to make a move that he could play safety and corner. You undermine the whole gimmick. This guy doesn't give a shit about Howie's personnel department. He just went out and said, can't play safety. Dude. Devin White has already mentioned that Vic called out both himself and Carter for not being in the correct spots We have coaching now. Prince, amen. Hey, you know what I love? I got to say this to you. I got to say this to you about this Devin White kid. Let me find this. I don't know how well he's going to play. I really don't know how well he's going to play. I don't know how well he's going to play. But I'll tell you what I do like. So they got this group chat, right? Between him, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts. He's got an empty glass of picture that he sent to these two guys, and he says, let's keep adding to it daily. And he's kind of trying to take a leadership role. I like that. I like that. Hey, you know, because he's got to save his career now. Yeah, it's called accountability. That's right, Jarrell. Yeah, you know, hey, kudos to White. He's trying to save his career. I don't know if he will. I don't know. But I like that. He's trying to do something that Tampa Bay said he doesn't do. You know what that is? Accountability. The Bucks cut him or let him walk out the building because they didn't think that he took accountability for his mistakes and his faults in his attitude. Todd Bowles loves him. But his problem with him was accountability. I mean, well, Spa says, Silz, I think there's more to that Devin White situation, honestly. I think the guy quit. A UDFA guy, that KJ Britt beat him out, who ended up playing exceptionally well. And they decided to let him loose. It's like John McMullen says, first team all-pro guys don't walk around with a 1-year, $3 million deal. Don't kid yourself. This is a last chance deal. This isn't a 1-year prove-it deal. This is a 1-year deal whether or not you're going to be in the league anymore. There's that leadership role, Silz. Maybe, dude, I don't know how it's going to play out, Marshall. I don't. But that doesn't trouble me. I actually like it. I think that's good, man. I think that shows, hey, I got to save my career. Why not go to Hurts and go to A.J. Brown, the two most respected guys on the football team? Those two dudes. Brown and Hurts. I like who Devin picked out. He picked A.J. and he picked out Hurts because he knows Hurts has got a lot on the line. Not that his job is in jeopardy. Devin White's career is in jeopardy. A.J. Brown's career isn't in jeopardy. And he wants to hang around guys who, get this, play hard and their careers aren't in jeopardy. And he wants to be around and get some of that and hope that rubs off on him. It's a smart move. I would do. He's gravitating to people of success, hoping that some of that rubs off on him. Good for him, man. Like I said, I don't really know how that plays out. I don't know if he's going to save his career. But this is it. You know what the next move is? UFL. You went from a $100 million potential free agent with a contract extension for 3 years with the Bucks to signing a 1-year, $3 million deal. That, get this, it's not a 1-year prove-it deal in Philly. It's a 1-year prove it to us you belong in this league still. That's where he is in his career. And him getting on a group chat with them other guys, perfect. Talking to successful guys. A.J. Brown, whoa in the crowd out there today. That guy is a baby. And he moans. And he bitches. But I don't care. He can act all that way all he wants. You keep getting me 1,500 yards. and you keep getting me 100 catches and 10 touchdowns you could be the biggest bitch on the planet. And I don't care. I don't care. You can cry about your contract. You can do all that. You are on the Jimmy Johnson movable scale. I get this much production out of him, and I get this much shit out of him. Well, that is worth it. You know, wait, I get this much production, and he gives me this much shit? Oh, that's a deal. What you don't ever want is this much shit and this production. Odell Beckham. That's what you got here. Odell Beckham, and you got too much shit, no production. You're out. You could be the biggest dick on the planet. But if your production outweighs it, I have no problem with you. Silz, the guy's always like, he's late to practice. What's he get me in games? 125 yards and 8 catches. Shit. Go sit down, kid, before I fire you. That's how I coach my team. I'd fire my coach before I fire that guy. Hey, Silz, he's late to practice. AJ, and he said some shit in practice. What'd he say? He was talking shit about, some of the routes. Did you listen to him? No, I thought he was bitching. Well, listen to him. He's the guy catching the ball. You're fired. You're fired. Give me another receiver coach. Give me the guy from Bama. Vic Fangio also yelled and said, can you make it more quiet in here? When the kids were screaming and yelling, in the press conference there. Fangio doesn't give a shit. I heard them screaming, can you make it epic quieter? And that's classic cool. This guy, you got a coach, folks. You got Jeff Stoutland now on defense. It's the best hire Howie Roseman's made and the Eagles have made since Jeff Stoutland. There's your head coach. I'd rather have that guy as a head coach. This team is operating differently from the quarterback to the coaching staff to the players. That's why I believe they are a lot positive about this team. There's a lot positive. Hey, Prince, got to tell you, man, I wrote that on the top of my program. I'm feeling better about the Eagles. Hurts looks healthier. Hurts is bouncing around to tight end drills, wide receiver drills. He's talking to guys. You see him after practice signing autographs, doing all that shit too. He's more accessible this year, it looks like, in the first 2 days. He's taking accountability for his head coach. I don't care if it's true or not. He's acting like the franchise quarterback you want. I like the first 2 days of Jalen Hurts a lot. A lot. I think there's a lot good going on. Positive mental attitude. Coach telling you, hey, hear me out here. And yet you got a coach getting in players' asses. This sounds like a football team. This doesn't sound like excuse makers like it was a year ago for failure or no accountability. This, hey, by the way, Nick's going to get credit for this. Nick's going to get credit for this right now. Now, the question is going to be when you have adversity and you start losing, are you going to be able to keep the same temperature, and are you going to keep the same momentum going if you have a couple of games that you don't look very good in? Are you going to keep the same? There's going to be a problem in the NFC. They're saying going to be a problem. So we're no longer complaining, saying shit like, what was that? What has Vic done? Yeah. Because when you hear the guy can't play the run, he's a work in progress. He's not a 3-down lineman. Chances of Bradberry playing safety are none. What about the 2 tackles? I don't know. We'll see. Get them in gear. We start hitting in a couple days. What? That's more said in one press conference than I heard any coordinator from Jonathan Gannon to Sean Desai to Matt Patricia in the last 2 years. I mean, right? Got to be kidding me. Good. Great stuff. Your audio's screwing up, Silz. All right, we're going to take a time out anyway here. And when we come back, I'm going to give you my Big Silz 2024 bold predictions for the league. Let's take a time out here. Hit the like button. Keep it here.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.